The West Indies had an appalling start to their T20 World Cup campaign as they were thrashed by Scotland by 42 runs at Hobart. Batting first, the Scots, who played only 2 T20s since their last World Cup in 2021, mounted an imposing 160 for 5 from their 20 overs. George Munsey anchored the innings, getting to 66 not out. Jason Holder, the standout bowler, grabbing 2 for 14 from his 4 overs, supported by Alzzari Joseph, who took 2 wickets. Responding to what should have been an easy task, the West Indies looked listless in their run chase. Limping at 79 for 7, Jason Holder tried to correct the malpractice from the Windies batters, but the load was simply too heavy to bear. He was eventually dismissed for a standout 38, with the Windies tumbling to 118 all out. This result means the West Indies, who are ranked 7th in the world, will likely need to win both of their remaining games to progress. Their next match is against Zimbabwe on Wednesday night. Meanwhile, head coach Phil Simmons reflected on the West Indies' loss at the post-match media conference.
The West Indies were on track in the run chase, but a familiar event took place: the collapse.
I think the only word you can look for is disappointed. I think that our batting, at least today, definitely was a bit unprofessional, and we need to wake up and start being as professional as we can be when we're batting. The bowlers seem to be working hard and putting us in good positions, but the batters continue to falter. Too many soft dismissal. I think as batsmen you have to pay a lot more attention to your wicket, and I think every time we play we're up there with the run rate. Doesn't matter who we're playing against, but we keep losing wickets and soft wickets. So I think we've been trying to remedy it for the last couple of months. Doesn't seem like it's there yet.
Zimbabwe is up next on Wednesday, and the coach welcomes a short turnaround time.
A day tomorrow to just rest and reflect on how things went, what we have to change, and how we have to think in the next game. Because, as someone said, we've been out there, we've been hitting balls, we've been practicing scenarios, we've been thinking about it. It's now to put it into play.
Simmons is clear on what is needed if the two-time champions are to advance to the Super 12 stage.
We need to beat Zimbabwe, so I think that's the first step. As we go along, when we get back here on at this time on Wednesday, then we may be thinking a lot different.
The West Indies won the last 220 internationals versus Zimbabwe, which were contested in 2013 at North Sound in Antigua. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
And in more news from the T20 World Cup, Ireland's campaign also got off to a disappointing start as Sikandar Raza inspired Zimbabwe to a 31-run victory in Hobart. Raza came to the crease with his side 37 for 3 in the power play, but smacked 82 of 48 balls before being bowled of the final ball of the Zimbabwe innings, which ended on 174 for 7. Ireland slumped to 22 for 4 of 3.5 overs and never recovered, finishing well short on 143 for 9.